keep the balance, and you effect the peace or the balance in the circumstances you are in. And I have absolutely seen people who have embraced this, under this, almost like being the observer, observing yourself, can go into those heated dynamics like Thanksgiving with family that can be very charged, or other situations with people coming together, and you have that person who holds the balance, and it affects the people where it mitigates it or it dissolves it. So this morning, I have a gentleman who I've known him since I got my house, which is like 6 years ago now, whatever amount of years. And fantastic guy. He's the cool gentleman that comes over, and he knew my mom. I met his mom. So we've had this really nice relationship for a long time. So anyhow, something is going on with the filter and the time it comes on with the pool. So he always said, if there's anything, to let him know. So I contacted him to let him know that the whatever the time that it's supposed to go on, it's not going on. Anyway, so this morning, he knew, but I could tell by the knock. It was not a regular knock. It was like a knock of anger. I'm like, okay, this is early in the morning. Okay, I'm not a morning person. So I opened the door. I opened the door, and this energy rushes in where he is clearly angry to the point of rage, so I'm like, whoa, took me by surprise. And he says, why, you said, I don't know why you said hell, and I've been taking care of your pool all this time, and and you cursing me out. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And he was in such this rage. And I was like, first of all, I would never curse anybody out. I said that I would never do that. And I couldn't even get to explain to him because he had this rage up. Okay. And, his wife, sort of text, and we don't have to deal with people who curse other people. Some said, you may have gotten me mixed up with somebody else. Okay. Because I don't know who you're describing. He says, I was so shocked to hear you of all people would do. So finally, I said, calm down and put the level down. And I said, don't attack me. Just nicely, don't attack me. I said, I want you to see where I said hell. And I said, I keep all my text with me. So anyway, finally, I'm saying, well, where does it, we're having the discussion. And what happened, I guess his wife, he doesn't read all his text herself. It's their business together. And so on the top it said, hello, Austin. Hello. Hello, Austin. And somehow Mercury in retrograde, that was taking us hell, Austin. So finally, as I could have gotten caught up. The only thing I said was, hi there, how are you? The only thing I realized, all this energy, but as you practice, and I'm just sharing this, staying in your centeredness, it becomes a spiritual muscle. It really does. Maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, I would be rising in Scorpio. I'd be on it like that. Excuse me? That's not Brooklyn. I don't think so. Anyway. But anyway, in that moment, I just breathed and I just told him, I said, take it down. Okay. And I said, do not attack. And then finally, when, I showed him, it said hello. And that's the only place that could have been that misconception and everything else that was said. So in the meanwhile, it took him a while to process it. He says, I want you to come outside by the pump and let me show you what I did. And he went into detail about, blah, blah, blah. And he could do this and da, da, da. And then finally, I'm just standing, like staring at him, listen what he says. He was like hugging me, and he was sincerely sorry. He said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I said, Austin, it's okay. It's okay. And so everything was okay. But his heart he realized. And, perhaps this is something for him in the future. He will rethink before anymore. Our contract is cut. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, but for somebody else, he can reevaluate before he goes off how wrong you can be. And an approach could have been, I can't believe that you said the word hell. I can't. He could have come in not in rage, but coming in and like, I need to get this cleared up with some kind of understanding. And so the whole rage thing didn't have to happen. So, lessons learned. And I said, I didn't have to get myself bent out of shape. I stayed centered the entire time and changed the environment for this person that was enraged. So, there's going to be a lot more of this stuff going on. I'm just telling everybody, light workers, take your positions. They said that many years ago, we are going to be in the role of peacemaker. We're going to be in the role of keeping the balance. We're going to be in a role that's going to transcend the muck that is taking over here. Somebody has to do the work behind the scenes. That's what we do. That's what we do. So the Divine Mother years ago has said you need somebody to keep it in balance because it's going to get wackier and wackier and wackier. And we, again, I know I sound like a broken record, cannot get involved in the drama because it is a distraction and we got to stay focused on bringing light to this planet and to all of her life.
Preach it, sister. Preach it.
Amen. So,
and on top of that, the first day of Mercury and the last day are just brutal.
Oh,
I think that it was today.
Today's the last day.
I was watching somebody's discussion that had nothing to do with me, but I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And I was
Like, what happened in Puerto Rico, and you can tell there was like a lot of influence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big victory for Puerto Rico.
In the streets.
Yeah.
The testing, the government, like sign.
Right. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then as those things are happening, the more people that are beginning to tilt more into, wait a minute, I think I'm being emotionally manipulated here. Wait a second. Wait a minute here. What's going on? More and more people are going to start to awake. That's why I love millennials. Millennials are like, we're not taking that stupid crap from the beginning. They said, no, I don't think so. Why should we do it? Prove I love millennials. My whole focus is going to be in writing a book for you. Okay, I'd like to introduce you to Paul. Paul is here for the first time. Guest society. Hi, Paul. Thank you for bringing your light. Okay, so just a couple of things. Paul, real quick. The anchoring light's been going on every Monday without fail for now over 12 years. Every Monday without fail. So if there's a hurricane or any concern, or if you want safety, come on a Monday evening around this time. Nothing will happen. We've proven that throughout the years. And so what it is, each anchoring light is different because it depends on who shows up and there's never an exact thing. So everybody contributes to how this unfolds. We don't know how it unfolds. Sometimes it's an initiation. Sometimes we're just blessed with some grace. Most of the times we're doing work, holding energy for other, the family of light to do what they need to do for the planet. So everybody from the last book you read or inspiration or concern, that all goes into the mix. And then as I have been impressed at how we see it, if we could see beyond our light spectrum, which is this, you see the most amazing colors and geometries of sentient beings of all kinds. They come from light, do our service together. So it's an interdimensional experience. Okay, so we're going to get started in a moment, but I do have some exciting things I want to share with everybody. First of, Oh, we had our dance on Friday. With Lucy Sky, and these floors are fantastic. And so we had, we still have a little bit more stuff that we have to do with them, but we had a wonderful time, and that was Rising
in Love.
Rising in Love dance with Lucy. Some of you may know Lucy Sky, and she's been like a dance priestess, and so many people in the dance community.
Yeah, it was a very cool crowd that came.
It was a very cool one, and and everybody was dancing like no one was looking. That's right. Yep, it was complete and total freedom. Huh?
Oh, you missed the wiggle. Yeah, you
Yeah.
we did. And
Yeah.
nothing could stay inside here. That was
Right.
pretty wild.
Yeah. It was such a high energy. If there's any, situation that came in that was not in alignment, had to leave.
It, like left.
It's like
That makes sense. The people that
blinded
came in,
by
like,
the light.
they're like out of here in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They left. There
Yeah.
was like two energies that came in, and it was just like, no one's here. We're all embracing each other, but it was not the vibe. And as soon as the music started and the movement started, both without a word.
Then we locked the door.
Yep.
Yes. Anyway, so of course everybody's welcome, and we don't have to say anything. It goes on its own. So that's how that works. Right. So we are so super duper excited. I got to tell you that Mirabai Devi is going to be here, and I know you're aware of her. She is doing a free presentation, because the idea is that nobody is left out because of financial dynamics, and also people like to know, who is this person. She has a world following. She was born in South Africa, but she has a foundation. She's known around. She does light transmissions and more. And so that's going to happen on Friday, August the 9th. But on August, the next day, Saturday, it says, please join Mirabai Devi for an evening filled with miraculous healing and deep life transforming shifts. And that's going to be the Saturday the 10th. And that's from 7 to 9. And that's $35 if you pre-register. If you want to do that, please do pre-register. But for the people that come on Friday night for the free thing, just for you to know, you can still get it for the $35. But Saturday coming at the door, it would be $50. So just letting you know. So all our anchoring light people are the first to know, the greatest, what's ever going on over here. So this is something that we're very excited about. And by the way, her scouts went scouting all over to find out where she could come here. This is her first time in this area, and they chose the Cosmic Center because they felt the energy that was here. So I would advise, would like to recommend it very. And his name is Jean Rios. Very dedicated, knows the keys of Enoch kind of inside and out, studied on his own. I was like, wow. Anyway, you'll be seeing more of him, but he's going to have activating your divine blueprint. The cost is $17. That's going to be on August 23rd, and that is this flyer over here. And what I'm very happy to announce, the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light finally, after all these years, are going to start doing ceremony on a regular basis. Because ceremony is coming back again. Atlantis is rising again. Lemuria is rising again. The idea of ceremony, the idea of the temple, the idea of that interconnection, that we are much broader than this little nanobite of reality. And how we tap into that and how we can tap into it is through ceremony. So one of the ceremonies, and I've been doing ceremony for a little while, some of us with Annie, that is the Gnostic Gospels. We'll share more about that. That is with the Ascension, that the risen Jesus the Christ said, this is what you do, this is how you do it, these are the names you call to go through the various gates and gateways. And, I got to pass, I got to pass to go straight through. Thank you. So I don't have to go through the Bardo and all that kind of stuff. But that will be available again in the future. But we're going to have the Ascension chair. And this is with Monica, a lady by the name of Monica, very well known in Germany. The Ascension chair is, again, a blueprint given by Master Saint Germain. So Saint Germain is the energetic with the Ascension chair. It's going to be on Sunday And it's going to be, what is it? Do I have it on here? No, I don't have a date on here. Oh, okay. It's on the 26th, though. It's on August 26th. I have to put the date on here. Okay, I think that's it. Any other questions? Anything? Okay, so let's get started. All righty. I had like this. Okay, so everybody should have.
Oh, what about that thing that you wanted me to print out?
Oh, I don't have. No, we could do it next Monday. Oh, you did?
I think
Oh,
so.
yes. Yeah. Okay. If you might recall, Dennis Lutz was here last week, I think, and he said a special kind of prayer, and so we. Thank you.
Yay, I did print it.
Okay, so we do have the prayer, and we'll put it by the offering basket. Okay, so can you just put it by the offering basket? And that's the prayer that he did. So people had asked for it. Thank you. Okay. All right. Wow, this is heavy. Okay. All righty, so we're going to get started, and we have the gathering. Okay, this is the essential oil gathering. Just take a little bit of it and put in your third eye, smell a little bit. I'll pass it around. Everybody should have 2 sheets of paper. Okay, and we're going to start with the pillar of light protection, invoking the law of forgiveness, transmuting violet flame, after violet flame, and the ascension decree. And then we do the remember. The invocation chant we do 3 times. Dr. Emoto's healing gulf prayer. We must always pray for our water. Our planet was a water world. And prayer of the 7 galactic directions. And then we will start into the Ava. I call on the I am present substance, like surround me as a circular wall of light. This light essence is constantly pouring like Niagara Falls. I also call on beloved Lord Gautama to surround my protective pillar of light with your circle of blue flame for any added protection which may be required. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Invoking the law of forgiveness. Beloved presence of God in me, I am the ascended master's law of forgiveness and transmuting flame of all the mistakes I have ever made and those of all mankind, as well as those of the elemental kingdom. Transmute this misqualified energy into the light of God that never fails. Illumine our minds and feelings, and see that neither I nor any of the rest of life ever make the same mistakes again. Transmuting violet flame invocation. Magic I am presence. Blaze through and around me the transmuting violet flame, thy sacred fire. Purify and transmute now all impure desires, hard feelings, wrong concepts, imperfect etheric records, causes, cores, effects, and memories, known or hidden. Keep this flame sustained and all powerfully active. Replace all by pure substance, power of accomplishment, and the divine plan fulfilled. After violet flame invocation, beloved Lord Gautama, Archangel Michael, and ascended Master Jesus, charge into this violet flame your purifying, dissolving power of divine love in its most powerful dynamic activity. Let the powers of light descend into earth and take full command. In the name of the cosmic I am presence, to all that is not of the light we say, you have no power, your end has come. In the name of the cosmic I am presence for all humanity, we now consciously give the authority through the earth to the ascended masters and cosmic beings to bring into manifestation the divine plan fulfilled. Ascension decree. My magic I am presence. You direct my activity, world, and affairs, and take full command of me. Guide, protect, illumine me every step of the way, and see that I render the greatest service possible. I see in your wisdom that I make the ascension at the close of this embodiment. I am the ascension manifesting. I thank you, beloved I am. we remember. We remember we are spiritual beings of light, one with the source of all creation. We remember all is one. We remember we are creators and part of a divine creative plan. We remember we are here in physical expression as guardians and stewards to earth, and we work in collaboration with other spiritual beings of light from various streams of consciousness. We work together, bounded by love, to liberate Earth Mother, to take her place as a world of peace. We walk the path of love and light. Luminous ones of the seven seas, we call you now, we call you now to heal the waters of terror. Luminous ones of the seven seas, we call you now, we call you now to heal the waters of terror. Luminous ones of the seven seas, we call you now to heal the waters of terror. I send the energy of love and gratitude to the water and all the living creatures in the Gulf of Mexico and its surroundings, to the whales, dolphins, pelicans, shellfish, plankton, coral, algae, and all living creatures. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Prayer of the Seven Galactic Directions. From the East House of Light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the North House of Night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the West House of Transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the South House of the Eternal Sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above House of Heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below House of Earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Hoyam Hunamku Eva Maya E Moho. Oh, no. Okay, I'll move this. Okay. Yeah.
Are you comfy like that?
Yeah. I'll just go back. Okay. And in and upon this sacred ground, in this eternal moment, the angels of healing and peace make their presence known. And with each and every holy in-breath and out-breath, we now integrate, process their loving presence. They come and they share these rays of illumined light, of this divine strailing light that comes from the heart for healing. Even as others come for the, so we realize in breath and out breath. And our mental bodies begin to respond to this loving light energy moving in. As our body begins to breathe, each and every cell breathes in and exhales this healing light. And this healing light that is held by these divine angelics that come in higher service, that come in loving support, that come as the messengers of good news, that their divine radiance and rays of light begin to illuminate, radiate, and amplify the healing energy that anchors within this circle of light. We hold it as the epicenter for these healing rays to anchor, and we simply breathe with intention each and every holy in-breath and out-breath, consciously engaged in this divine template held by these angelics to bring forth peace within ourselves, healing within ourselves, balance within ourselves, and therefore that of the world. So we take these sacred moments now to breathe deeply with the angels, finding the perfect rhythm of our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, knowing exactly the perfect rhythm for each in-breath and out-breath to bring about total surrender to unconditional love and a limitless light. Coming from the Supreme One, Eternal Father, Eternal Mother, from the source of all creation, the divine angelics hold these divine rays. And these divine rays come from the expansiveness of the deep cosmic waters of healing and balance, coming from the original thought, the original intention. And we realize how sacred each and every breath is, and that we in fact breathe the breath of Brahma. We breathe the divine that breathes within us and around us. And we allow this holy sacred breath that carries these angelic codes of divine healing, balance, and peace to circulate in and through our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, interweaving our higher bodies into this physical, mental, and emotional experience, weaving in the higher dynamics of ourselves, weaving in the higher dimensional expressions of ourselves, weaving in our connection to our cosmic relationships, to all sentient beings of light, in all of its expressions of the divine, in the understanding as we expand more into this divine grace of healing, oneness of all. And as those from other star beings, other expressions, in all dimensions, in all realities, strive to bring forth healing and peace within this universal construct. So too, dearly beloved, you too in your striving brings forth even beyond the precious earth, beyond the precious logi of your central sun, a universal divine sacred prayer, a universal intention, a universal striving for this healing once again into the illumined worlds, rising the ascension of all to bring forth once again the eternal balance, peace, grace, and love. And it is in this yearning of your soul pulse, it is in this yearning of seeing forth a world that brings equilateral balance, peace, healing to all sentient beings in all expressions of the divine, that brings you to this moment, that brings you to this eternal now. And we ask you now, beloveds, so treasured, so loved, so honored, on your path, through your challenges, through your courage, through you ever listening and striving for your spiritual path of the soul and your spirit that calls you to the higher aspects of who you truly are and your ability to bring that forth into a wider expansion that all sentient beings can experience this. So we continue, beloveds, to breathe with intention. Feel the divine grace. Sense and know the altering radiation of illumined light that infuse with your own light a divine and sacred radiance that expands way beyond this physical world, this mental expression, expands into other star systems, constellations, and higher levels of where the myriad of the expression of divine resides, boundless and eternal. And we say to you, beloveds, this is what you are part of and who you are in your true radiance. And there are those now that step into and upon the higher purpose, vision, and mission of you being here upon the sacred earth, your commitment, your partnerships, and your entanglements with the cosmic vision of the divine sacred ascension. And you, beloveds, who hold unconditional love boundlessly throughout the eons of time, come now into this moment for the quantum leap. For here you are, in this moment, holding healing not only for yourselves, but healing for all life upon the earth, upon the galactic mother, and all of the sentient life, and to the universal expression. Yes. So we breathe with you, beloveds, each and every single in-breath and out-breath. And allow this divine grace to flow in, through, and around you as it moves beyond the physical, mental, and emotional experience of this physical, mental, and emotional world, but from other star systems, other realities, other worlds of which you participate. All the divine entanglements of which you are a part of. In this moment now, dearly beloveds, all aspects of this healing expands into the far reaches of the cosmic waters. And as we breathe together, we expand more of our magnificence, more of our light, more of our power, opening the pathways and the gateways to the expanded levels of radiance and illumination. And through this radiance and illumination comes forth once again the divine entanglements of the cosmic waters, opening the way for higher levels of healing, of balance and peace. From the galactic origins to commitments that have been stated in star systems, to other ascended worlds of Shambhala, to other services of expressions, coming together as one dynamic singularity of mission and purpose, to bring forth once again the healing and balance and peace. And in this balance and peace, dearly beloveds, it is something that you are aware and deeply embedded within your own DNA, within your own electromagnetic field, and the higher tiers of your own expressions. It is what drives you, that moves you. And so in this moment, dearly beloveds, as we come together and expand our radiance and our illuminations, as the very electrons spin within your physical bodies, mental and emotional, accelerate, as the divine sacred in-breath and out-breath expands and works in tandem with the sacred breath of the cosmic waters. As we together lose ourselves into this unconditional love, into this limitless light of radiance, as we reactivate once again the living codes within our own physical bodies, as we remember the sacredness of all things, as we begin to acknowledge, sense, feel, and know the divine energies that pour in. See clearly in your spiritual eye. It is simply an orb or a dot. And this orb and dot is dark in color as it holds the void of all possibilities. And see clearly from this orb as if you were looking at an eclipse, as you would look at the pupil of the eye, this perfect orb, this perfect disk. From it emanates illumined light in forms of rays of various colors. And as you see this in your spiritual eye, this divine eye, this void, this realm of all possibilities, radiates to you personally the sacred divine healing colors of peace and balance, coming from the cosmic waters and the depths of all possibilities, of all expressions, of all contracts, partnerships, and divine communions. Your now next initiations, your steps forward upon your path of light and service. We breathe together as you see the rays of divine light coming from this void, coming to you specifically in the colors that are for you specifically. We simply breathe and receive this divine grace. And as we do, we acknowledge the divine angelics who have made their presence known, who hold this sacred space from the higher cosmic waters of healing to anchor deeply within our hearts and our minds. We continue to expand with unconditional love and a limitless light. We release into this loving embrace of the divine. Breathe with intention. And as we breathe, and breathing with the expanded versions of ourselves, as we pierce through the illusions and the delusions, as we move beyond the crystalline matrix of the sacred earth, expand into the crystalline matrix of our own Hunam-Ku solar system, beyond that into our universe and multiverse, to all of our connections in the cosmic waters, the emergence of the cosmic Christ and cosmic Maitreya, the divine elevated worlds of Shambhala, bringing forth once again the Ascension template to move all life throughout the universe into its higher aspect, connectedness of the original thought, the original intention, the original divine emanations. We continue to sense and feel these light codes expanding and clearing, recalibrating, moving, shifting. And now, we work from this elevation of radiance and illumination. And there's the divine merge of our individual colors, of the divine rays that come from this void for our own personal healing, peace, and balance. And now there's the merging as the divine collective within this circle of light, but beyond that, the many circles of light in all realms, in all expressions, in all dimensions that are part now in this eternal now, this divine service. Become aware of the energies that flow through you from the divine. Become aware of the balance that seeks within you, the peace and the healing. Be aware of the angelics and the sentient beings of light, merging within your own electromagnetic field, and together now as a divine collective, as a super ray of illumined light, white holding all of the colors. See clearly, children of the earth, children of the light, this white beam that emanates from the middle of this circle through all dimensions and angleness of oneness, and direct this healing beam of all colors, of divine codes of the original thought, unconditional love, the limitless light, and see clearly within the beam, children of earth, your sacred mother, the divine earth, Gaia, Terra, and see her within this beam of all possibilities. And see her now, your intention as divine co-creators of the world that you envision for her and all life. From all possibilities, the children of the earth, the children of light, hold her higher vision of ascension, of balance, of peace, of symbiotic relationships of immense diversity, yet all working in one tandem. See the divine moving through each kingdom of the sacred earth, the mineral, the plant, the animal, and the human. See clearly the expression of the human kingdom upon its highest form in the re-remembering of the divine human, the Adam Kadmon, its role, the re-remembering of its agreements, its partnerships, its divine communions, and all of the kingdoms and elements of the sacred earth, readjusting, recalibrating, coming once again into perfect balance, into perfect peace. Bring once again the intention and the attention of your own physical, mental, and emotional bodies. Become aware of the dynamics and the energy that flows through you. Integrate and process this higher aspect of radiance that you now anchor into your hearts and your minds. Intend to integrate and weave it into your physical, mental, and emotional expressions. And as the hours and days unfold, as you think of this, as you think of the void of all possibilities, of the divine rays of creation, you anchor this more deeply within your day-to-day activities in the physical, mental, and emotional worlds. The angels of healing have made their presence known. You make the connection, the tethering. They are there upon the calling as you think of this experience and your service to the world and beyond. And now the thought of the return comes. And as we could stay in this eternal now, we know that we have work to do. And so with that, All who have participated begins to step down the energy as we begin to draw in our electromagnetic field. As the void of all possibilities and arrays begin to go back to its source, we intend to integrate, continue with the energies tonight when we sleep, ever mindful to bring forth this experience in our day-to-day activities, bringing the connection of the angelics who have participated in this that much more closer and anchored to our day-to-day reality of the physical, mental, and emotional world. On the count of 3, we will intend to be back, awake and alert and grounded. 1, 2. Take a very deep breath in. And 3. We are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.